If you've never heard the phrase, it's not about what you know, it's who you know, that phrase is true. It's who you know that will help you succeed in your business. Because you have a lot of connections, you have a lot of solutions. From Patrick Miguel, who are the top 5 persons that influence your leadership? Top one, I don't consider this cheating. So influencing my leadership, entrepreneurship, and management style. Top one would be the Bible. So it would be how God has laid out how you should manage your money, how you should do business in the book of Proverbs. If you have never read the book of Proverbs, it's not a thick book in the Bible. It's pretty much in the middle. And just read Proverbs from start to finish. You will learn so much about business. You will learn so much about money. And I have learned a lot from Proverbs and I've applied a lot of the principles there. I would say that has definitely influenced me in terms of my decision making as an entrepreneur. Second biggest influence would be Dave Ramsey. So I have read his leadership book, and it has really influenced me in the way he thinks, the way he runs his businesses. And I have adapted some of his processes there, like his firing process, hiring process, his building his company culture. Third would be Patrick Lencioni. When it comes to team culture, leadership, and management, Patrick Lencioni's books are phenomenal. The Advantage is a really good book. And the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, that's also an eye-opener for me. So a lot of my influences are actually foreign. And I do tune in to John Maxwell as well in terms of leadership. So maybe he's going to be the 4th influence. I've read his 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership when I was 12 or 13 years old. And that has helped me to grow in pursuing leadership, right? Leadership kasi is not tangible. And when you're a teen like me back then, I was 12 or 13 years old, I wasn't thinking, someday I want to be a leader. More of, I was thinking someday I want to be a programmer or a businessman, not really a leader. But his books actually paint a really good picture about leadership. And you realize I must be a leader if I want to be anything else. That has helped me out a lot. 5th would be Dale Carnegie. I know that guy has long passed, but his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I cannot recommend it enough, is the book for communication and winning people over. And John Maxwell has also professed that that book pretty much changed his life. It's the first book that he read from cover to cover. So that book is phenomenal. Read that book. It has influenced me a lot in how I communicate and how I deal with people. So most of my influences they're foreign names, but they are fantastic. And they have mentored me in a way because of their books and their podcasts. From KB, do you choose the type of people you want to be with? The type of people you want to listen to? Or are you a people person that is easy to mingle with different types of personality? Does this affect you in achieving success? All right, we have a lot of questions in that question. The answer is I network a lot. That is part of my job because as the CEO, I'm the main salesperson. It was just last year when finally I had a business developer, and she is fantastic. But I'm still also running gun when it comes to sales. So I have to do a lot of networking. And if you can't get along with people that you don't know how to open new conversation, you don't know how to be interesting to them, you don't know how to be charming, you have to study that. You have to hone your communication skills if you want to sell. Networking is very important. If you've never heard the phrase, it's not about what you know, it's who you know, that phrase is true. It's who you know that will help you succeed in your business. Because you have a lot of connections, you have a lot of solutions. So if you can't network well, if you can't communicate well, if you don't choose the type of people you want to get in touch with or you want to get connected with, then you're wasting a lot of time. So I do choose the people I want to be with, and that is because there are people who are not good influences. And then there are people who are also just going to drain from you, meaning you're not going to be able to utilize them for anything. They're not going to be able to help you in any way, unless I'm doing ministry, in which case I am sharing my life with them, not expecting anything in return. Then that's the only time where I don't choose people. But if we're talking about business, I do choose the people that I spend time with. Do I choose the type of people I want to listen to? Definitely. I listen to podcasts that's handpicked. I don't randomly pick podcasts. I pick podcasts that, especially the episodes that I know would be helpful for me, that I need to learn from, especially when it comes to business and when it comes to the shake-up that this COVID pandemic has brought about. Am I a people person that's easy to mingle with different types of personality? I hope so. As far as I'm concerned, I have been able to network with different types of personality, and that's not really because of me, because I'm an introvert. I really don't speak well before. I really wasn't able to communicate well before, but I have developed these skills over time because I needed to and because I wanted to. And that's by reading a lot of books. And when I read books, I read them out loud in English. And that is actually how I got my accent, because I would read with accent. I'm not really a person who grew up in the States. I've never been to the US actually. I've lived my entire life pretty much here in the Philippines, but I would read books in English out loud. Sometimes I would play with accents, and that has helped me to improve my spoken English. I do make sure that I get along with people when I network. Does this affect you in achieving success? Definitely. Again, it's not what you know, it's who you know. From Patrick Miguel, thank you again, Patrick, for being here. What are the top 3 things I learned from Marvin? Flattery. So, no, I'm just kidding. Top 3 things. The first one would be when I attended his Stock Smarts seminar/workshop. It's fantastic. I learned so many things about technical trading, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and trading and investing. And ang dami ko natutunan doon. Super sulit. And Marvin was kind enough to really just let me experience the entire ordeal. Second thing I learned is be generous. I consider myself a little bit generous because I do blog and I do this publicly. And I've been blogging for SEO Hacker for a very long time. And people read the stuff that I write there, the strategies, tactics, the Google updates that I write. And it's all for free. So, kala ko generous na yun. But when I watch Marvin's videos, oh man, his generosity is super. Ang dami niyang sinasabi, ang dami niyang information, no? Ang dami niyang analysis na pinapakita at binibigay sa mga tao. So second thing would be his generosity. And third thing would be humility. You know, Marvin is, I don't know, he's probably one of the richest people here in the country. I think that's not inaccurate, but he has the humility to still help other people like me. I'm a nobody, but he does help me out. He comes into the show, guests in the show. We have partnered up with a live event, makemoneygrow.ph. If you're interested in watching that event that we did, I talked about making how you can make money through business. Marvin talked about how you can grow your money through investing. That's why the URL of the website is makemoneygrow.ph. You can purchase that course, 1,500 pesos lang po yun, and watch the entire videos, ang dami ng videos, and learn from it. That humility, something I learned from him. So I just want to honor him tonight. Marvin, if you're tuned in, I just want to honor you. Thank you so much for your friendship, for your generosity, and for just being who you are, bro. Alam mo naman yun. Cedric, how often do you read books? I read the Bible every day. So I read one to 3 chapters a day, depending on where I am. So right now I'm in the book of Hosea. Hosea, if you didn't know, is the prophet that God asked him to marry a prostitute. And that is to paint a picture about how Israel has prostituted itself during that time to idols and other countries instead of serving and worshiping the Lord God, who is the one true husband of Israel. So I read the Bible every day. I do read other books. So right now I'm reading The Ultimate Sales Letter, which is a book I don't highly recommend because The Ultimate Sales Letter is a book about sales letters in direct mail. So snail mail. Hindi siya email, hindi siya tech, hindi siya modern, hindi siya updated. But there are principles there that are timeless. And I am learning some things in it. But I might apply speed reading na, no? Kasi medyo nababagalan na ako dun sa pace ng book. I'm also reading Principles by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the biggest names when it comes to hedge fund investments. So I'm learning a lot from there. And I'm also reading Motivate, which is a book by Pastor Peter Tanchi and his family. And it is fantastic. It teaches you about family and how you're going to have a better time, a better way to discipline your kids, to spend more time with them, to talk with them, communicate with them. And Your Wife or Spouse is a fantastic book. So those are the things that I'm reading.